3 and 4. The battle is on. It's going to be too close to call side by side. Long Joe gets it. Oh, we got contact. We got flips. We got big wrecks here. Going back to the front because we're racing back to the line.
William Page with the victory.
Looking for second here.
Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's going to use that apron.
He's going to use the apron.
They're going to be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Musa gets it.
Tom Musa, where did he come from?
Boyer trying to close the gap. He's going to get to the bumper. Oh, just barely did not make it. And coming off of turn 4, Jeff Stekenis is going to win it at Dover.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight. And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the HOBO Racing Cup Series live from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. As always, I'm your host, JoeTowNetwork, and alongside me tonight, he's made his trek out to Sin City, Mr. Ricky Collette. Welcome back, Ricky.
Hi there, Joe. Glad to be here. Glad to be back broadcasting HOBO Racing with you live on JTN. Been a little bit of a time since I've been on a HOBO broadcast, but we should be in for a great night of racing here with these guys at Vegas tonight. Track looks fast. These guys look fast. A lot of guys here tonight. Should be a fun time.
Going to be a great time here tonight, folks. Cannot thank you enough for tuning in here this evening. This is the HOBO Racing Cup Series race preview presented by our friends at CircleBeatDiecast.com. Remember to use our code JTN at checkout for free shipping on your order of $20 or more. Circle Beat Diecast is your home for all your racing-related memorabilia needs. Ricky, 107 laps tonight. We ran 94 Sunday night with the trucks. This a different version of the track, of course. Cup cars, so a little bit quicker through the corners, but a little extra time for these drivers to make their way through the field.
Yeah, a little extra time make your way through the field, but it's a big field here tonight, which we're getting these guys coming back in. I'm seeing it's a 20-plus field here tonight. So it's going to be a little bit of a sizable grouping. You don't really want to have to tiptoe around this place trying to navigate these guys. You really want to be up front because tonight, like I said, it's going to be a lot faster. But think sort of like truck series in real life in terms of how these guys are going to probably be racing. A lot of speed in this track. There's definitely off throttle time, but they're going from about close to 200 on the straights down to 180 in the turns. So really not a huge drop off in speed here. Draft's going to matter. Clean air is going to matter. You're really going to have to manage a lot of that. And should make for some interesting racing, but I do think that it means that you don't want to get mired in the back for too long.
Getting mired in the back is what we saw take out the dominant truck on Sunday night, and Jeff Stekenis got in the back of the pack after pit strategy call, whatever you want to say, and then was involved in an incident coming off of Turn 4. Turn 4 so treacherous here at Las Vegas. We saw it on Sunday with the NASCAR Cup Series, Sunday night with the HOBO Racing trucks. Hate to say it, but I have a feeling we might see some more of the same here tonight. That Turn 4 transition down onto this front straightaway is a tricky one.
Yeah, transition's always a little tough here, and it's going to be a bit of a challenge to see who can brave that tonight. As we're talking, though, Joe, looks like qualifying is wrapping up here. Whenever you want to, I can run through the starting lineup. There's going to be a lot of them here tonight.
Well, let me throw it to you then, Ricky. Why don't you take us through tonight's starting lineup?
Always great to see here, Joe, is that we got a good-sized field here tonight. A lot of guys wanting to vie for this race tonight, for this race win. Looking like 32 cars showing up this evening. My apologies if that picked up. Something
Nope, you're good.
Went by. Okay, something went by me live.
We don't get the
32
nice
cars starting tonight. On pole for this race will be the 113 car of Caleb Lingle at a time of 27.976 seconds. Joining him on the front row is going to be the 73 machine of Herman Reese. Jeff Stekenis of the 31 will roll off in the third spot. Larry Dean, the 188, will start 4th. Last car in the top 5 will be Steve Grant in the 11 machine. The 81 car of Troy Donahue will start 6th. Dan Rubino in the 44 will start from the 7th position. Randy Wow in the 21 will start 8th. Wiley King in the 95 starts 9th. Top 10 will conclude with Harry Kodian in the 13 machine. Matthew Stern just misses the top 10, will be starting for the 11th spot this evening in the 4 car. Mark DeSenza in the 33 will start 12th. Jason San Diego in the 22 will roll off in the 13th position. Steve Rubino in the 07 will start 14th this evening. Ken Hansen in the 94 will roll off with the 15th spot, and Randy Smith in the 16th position will be there in the 10 car. Duke Sorensen in the 59 car starts 17th. Bob Gibson, the 46, will start 18th tonight. Starting in the 19th spot is going to be the 98 car of BP. Maverick in the 23 machine will be the last car in the top 20 this evening. Ryan Johnson, the 059, will start 21st. And Ron Simpson in the 25 machine will be the last car to take a time in qualifying. He'll be from the 22nd position. Rounding out the remainder of the field, Ricky Bumblow in the 85 will be 23rd. Keith McLean in the 28 will be 24th. The 112 machine of Eddie Rayleigh will be 25th. Daniel Dupuy in the 24 will start 26th. Tom Musa in the 7 will start 27th. Rod Weston in the 19th will start 28th. Greg Lovell in the 088 car will roll off in the 29th position. Mopar in the 43 machine will start from 30th spot. Starting in 31st will be the 05 car of Stanley. And tail end of the field in 32nd position will be the 17 machine of Manny D. And that's going to be the starting lineup for tonight's race here from Vegas. Again, Joe, 32 cars. We're 8 short of a full field here tonight, I believe. Mm-hmm. And that's really going to play into some strategy here. Like I said, I was talking earlier about having to navigate the field with the anticipation of maybe, 20, maybe 25, like maybe 22 or 23 cars here tonight, and we got 32. So even bigger field. That real estate, that track position is going to be such a premium here tonight. Should be a fun time. I think everyone at home's going to get a great show, though.
And a little bit more room to work tonight than what we saw Sunday night. This track, not necessarily multi-laned, but you have a little more grip in that second, third groove outside of the preferred racing line. So something to watch throughout the night. We're also seeing these guys with them being in the cup cars running a little bit higher up off the bottom, where Sunday night they were definitely down there hugging that white line through the corners. It's going to be interesting to see. We talked about it in the open. Guys that, ran up front all night Sunday get mired back in the pack, and that was a smaller field. Probably about, I think it was 15 cars at the end of that race, so half the field we have tonight. You can still get yourself in a world of hurt if you lose your track position early. This was your Circle B race preview for the HOBO Racing Cup Series. Make sure, again, you use our code JTN at checkout for free shipping on your order of $20 or more at CircleBDiecast.com. Ricky, we're watching Happy Hour here, seeing a lot of drivers making mock runs down the pit lane. How tricky is that here at Las Vegas? Because it's a little bit different than maybe, your Charlottes, your Atlantas, your Texas tracks where you have a lot of the similar, at least, sight lines trying to come to pit lane.
No, Joe, it's excuse me, it's a little tricky, but I'd actually say Vegas might be a little more merciful. That's not to say it's on cold tires it's tough to do a green flag stop here, but you see that the banking and the apron kind of blend together a little more than maybe at some other tracks with that have more banking, like Texas or Atlanta. And I think it's not as short of a radius to turn off of the racing surface onto pit road here. But the problem is that you're just going so fast. There's so much grip in the track, is that you got to really make sure that you are you're really racing the track the entire time, trying not to spin out in those first few laps. It gets hard to slow down and try to get onto pit road when your car's in that kind of condition. And that's really where a lot of the challenge with Vegas is just making sure that you're letting off and getting on the brakes at the exact point you want to. Because if you don't, you're going to spin out coming to pit road here, because that car's going to over-rotate.
Mm-hmm. it's going to be key that you execute tonight. And I know that's the thing that we always say at home, folks. We always talk about making sure you execute your game plan. But now more than ever with a large field, you don't want to get yourself in trouble early, put yourself at a disadvantage and towards the back of the field. You want to start up front. All these drivers going to be looking to do so for sure. Drivers being called to their cars on the grid as we get ready to hear the most famous words in all of motorsports. Always have an extra beat or two when it's a large field like this, too.
Drivers, start your engines!
As you hear the command, and these 32 best at HOBO Racing get their stock cars fired up. It's going to be Caleb Lingle and Herman Reese on row number 1, then Jeff Sakanis and Larry D in row number 2, with Steve Grant and Troy Donahue rounding out row number 3. Row 4 going to be made up of Dan Rubino and Randy Waugh, with your top 10, Wiley King in the 95 and Harry Codian in the 13. Matthew Stern and Mark DeSenza going to roll off on row number 11, and we'll take you through the rest of the field. A lot of great paint schemes. You can see what the spotters see here from the top of the grandstand. It's going to be an interesting view, especially to watch the runs develop down the back straightaway tonight, folks. Nonetheless, Ricky, I don't think the fans want to see faraway shots of all these beautiful cars. They want to see them up close and personal. Dodge Charger safety car going to come down the pit lane here off of turn number 4. Hand control the field over to the 113 of Caleb Lingle. Lingle, pole sitter, always strong here at HOBO Racing. Lingle with control. Herman Reese on the outside. Down and away we go. Green flag. We're underway here from Las Vegas.
Caleb Lingle, bullet single file, lead them through turn 1 here in that middle lane. Herman Reese looking a little bit up the track there. Jeff Sakanis falls in line behind him, though. There's single file coming down the back straightaway here.
Car into the wall further on back. That's Matthew Stern in the number 4. Field stays green. We're single file top 5, getting some distance between cars early, Ricky.
Some distance between cars early. Open setup here, Joe. So some of that, some of what they're learning on the truck here and on pit road is really going to matter tonight. A lot of these guys, huge log jamming here in 3 and 4. Everyone's trying to filter through, get their footing. Up front, though, Caleb Lingle hanging on to this lead. Herman Reese starting to explore around the track as Lingle, gets really tight.
Further on back, Matthew Stern around in turn 1.
But still keeps the speed in that car, comes motoring into turn 3.
Caution out for the first time tonight. The 4 Coors Light Chevrolet. Matthew Stern around in turn number 1. And Ricky from the drop of the green flag. Car and driver number 4 was struggling.
Yeah, it looked like that car was just very on the ragged edge there, Joe, and I think it needed a few laps for those pressures to build up in those tires for him to really get into a stable state. But looks like he just throws into turn 1 here, and in the higher lane, lets off, and the car just over-rotates immediately. Very unfortunate.
See the replay there on your screen. You saw it live. Just what we talked about it, kind of the last guy to not qualify inside the top 10, Ricky, and already going to be outside the top 20 with some damage on that 4 car. Unfortunate start to the night for Stern. See if there are any takers down the pit lane. Looks like we're going to all skip it this time. Rod Weston going to come down further on back in the field. Driver 19, usually keen on coming down the pit lane early if he can. Mopar, Ricky Bumbalo, and then, of course, Matthew Stern going to come down and try to repair some of the damage on that number 4. All right, Ricky, well, we got the start double wide. Now we're going to be single file on these restarts.
Yeah, that's going to change the conditions a little bit here, because that means now they're going to have to get double and triple wide if they really want to be racing each other. So we'll see what everyone does if they try to stay single file, or if you see everyone start racing immediately again. Should help, though, with some of these with cautions in regards to getting a lot of them. It should help with that a little bit, and in terms of making it a little easier for these guys to get their footing underneath them without sliding into each other.
So working caution number 1 on the 9th for Matthew Stern, going around early. Loose race car there. Have to think Caleb Lingle in this 113 maybe isn't too worried about running some laps in the lead under caution, right?
Oh, no, not at all.
I want to lead them all, right? Give me them all.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, get them all led. Just get those points, get the bragging right,
So we will watch and wait. Ricky, it's been a fantastic kind of start to the year for us here on JTN. I've had some great broadcasts tonight. I have a feeling going to be much more of the same, but we also have some great upcoming broadcasts as well. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah, sure. I want to hear them, Joe.
Well, these, of course, presented by our friends at TWB Technologies, because together we are better, always better when you're tuning in to JTN. Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series this Thursday night, March the 10th, from the Phoenix Raceway, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Then it's the USORL Cup Series from Talladega, Saturday night, March 12th at 10:40. Then the Bomb Squad Cup Series from Atlanta, March the 17th, Thursday, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Those are your next 3 races, all live only right here on JTN. Now, I know race fans have long hated commercials. Here on JTN, we don't do a lot of commercials, Ricky.
No, we don't.
I think we got to give the fans what they don't want.
That don't seem right, Joe. Why would you do that?
Just like all the other broadcasting companies, Ricky. You know why. Base car lights are out. Caleb Lingle going to have control here. Herman Reese in second. Then it's Jeff Stakanis, Larry D, and Steve Grant, your top 5. Maverick going to go around, I believe, get a lap back here in that John Deere 23.
I believe he started a lap down pit road or something. It seemed like might have started from pit road.
Hey, it's a fair play. It is a fair play.
Yeah, I mean, a place like this, I don't blame them. I wouldn't mind starting in the back and just letting the wrecks happen and then reap the benefits, but same time, these guys seem to be doing a good job of keeping their feet under them, so hopefully we'll see more of that in the race as we get ready to go back green here. Pace car is going to make that hard left turn down to pit road, and I'm going to take it to you, Joe.
Caleb Lingle going to have control in the 113. Herman Reese in second. Let's see how this restart plays out at home, folks. Back down and away we go. Green flag, lap 7 to 107. Lingle in the lead.
Lingle gets a good jump on that restart. Jeff Stakanis right in the back door of the 73 of Herman Reese as I bring down in turn 1 here. They're all going to take that middle line right through the turn. Everyone stays single file. Everyone seems to be behaving themselves, except Ryan Johnson further back into the outside, the 98 of BP. That's for the 19th spot. Johnson going on by. The 88 and the 98 side by side going into turn 3. This is all the way back in the 20th spot. Everyone else single file through the field.
98 getting loose there on the bottom. I think Ricky, usually we talk about the, cars getting freight trained on the outside. Maybe tonight might be one of those nights where the car on the bottom gets freight trained by the cars on the outside.
Yeah, it might be possible. I've noticed that everyone seems to be running that middle or higher line, which kind of like you ever watch Vegas in the Truck Series when they kind of have a similar situation where you're running the place almost wide open, but not necessarily wide open, is that the vehicle seems to handle much better in that middle line to that top lane as soon as everything comes up to speed. So wouldn't surprise me if that's where we end up seeing the dominant line tonight. You might not want to be on that inside coming around this place. You might be wanting to carry that energy all the way around the top side here. It's really going to be a momentum game here tonight.
You can already see them kind of navigating their way further up the track. This time Herman Reese about a lane off the wall, maybe a lane and a half. On exit, coming down a little bit more. Caleb Lingle kind of doing the same thing. I know we don't have the whole dirty air, clean air phenomenon, but your car does get tighter in the draft.
Yeah, it definitely does, because it's pulling your car along. And our 2003's got like a weird, funny way of kind of making dirty air in the sense that the draft affects your car a lot in the turns. It pulls you along, and you're carrying more speed in the turns than you were expecting, so it really does actually kind of mess you up, which I'm sure is true to real life as well, but it seems like that's sort of the substitute for dirty air that seems to somehow fit the bill conveniently. But for the moment, it seems like Caleb Lingle holding his line, but Herman Reese looks like he's been trying to venture a little higher up. I don't know if that's by design or if that car just riding around better up there. It looks like he's almost about a half a car length up, getting closer to the wall in 1 and 2, but in 3 and 4, he's trying to hold that middle lane for all it's worth. And we're back under caution here, Joe. Tom Musa around in turn 2.
Let's see what happens here with the tide ride of Tom Musa.
Back to look at this. Looks like the 24 machine there of Daniel Dupuis just gets into the back of Musa right in the middle of the corner. Musa goes around, tries to save it. No real way to save it at that point. Kind of pancakes the wall. Maverick kind of gets up in the wall. The Force spins around, trying to avoid that. So, very low speed spin there, though. Not a lot of damage to Tom Musa. A little bit of damage from bouncing off the wall, but nothing that doesn't look like it could be pulled off pit road. I think that's going to be fixable, and I think Tom Musa can get right back in this race. Now, Joe, do you pit here? Because everyone seems to be thinking about it.
Everyone seems to be doing it.
Oh, there you go.
Steve Grant going to stay out?
Except someone just stayed out.
Rod Weston.
Steve Grant in the 11 going to come from 5th spot up to 1st, staying out here. It looks like the 19, Rod Weston's going to follow. As a 10 of Randy Smith. You guys, 85, Ricky Bumbalo. And the 46 of Bob Gibson. Stanley in the 05, and I think that's it. I'll stay out. As everyone else comes down, presumably for 4 tires of fuel. I don't think anyone's going to just take 2 tires yet. I think if you're down on pit road, filling it up with fuel, there's no reason to not just take 4 tires.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Race off pit road. Like Lingle's going to win, but maybe just barely by a nose. Couldn't really tell. Herman Reese could have got it as well. It was a drag race to the end of the pit lane. Nice orderly fashion coming off of pit road. Like Herman Reese actually won the battle off the pit lane, so good stop from team and driver number 73. See Danny Hardy in chat rooting on old Mac Daddy Keith McLean. Welcome in, Danny. Thanks for tuning in tonight. As always, Barbara tuning in too, rooting for the Rubinos.
Here comes that second group coming down pit road. Looks like they might have just wanted to try to stay out there to get a lap lead, see if they can call each other's bluffs, but everyone coming down of that second grouping.
I don't know if I agree with the call with such a big field. I mean, I'm usually, Ricky, and you know this, I'm usually the person that does this, that stays out in these situations to get that lap lead, but we talked about it in our open. It's so treacherous when you get further back in the pack. You're kind of setting yourself up for maybe to be put into some situations that you don't necessarily want to be in, and Well, now Steve Grant, who is up inside the top 5, going to be 29th, 28th. When we go back green, probably.
Yeah, I would say so.
I never 1 point or 5 points or whatever, doesn't matter what your point system is. The bonus points, right, for leading the lap are always great.
It doesn't matter what. I didn't know. I thought you were trying to be like clever about something there.
No.
I thought you were evaluating my performance.
No, I'm not clever. But it looks like Grant gonna stay out.
An interesting
I like that
strategy play. We'll see what those tires look like because about 11 laps. They'll be going back 15 laps. So that's under caution. So you got to think that's probably not a lot of hard driving on him as they get the 1 to go. So Steve Grant gonna stay out, gonna try to chance it here in the lead. Will be interesting to see. Steve Grant first, Herman Reese second, Caleb Lingle third, Jeff Stakes fourth, and Larry D in the 5th spot. The other thing too, Lingle and Herman Reese actually swap positions here. So 73, if he can get around that 11, he might be able to take off from that 113 for a little bit.
Big thing there too, right, Ricky? If Herman Reese maybe gets around the 11 early on the new tires and maybe Lingle has a little bit more of an issue with it, it gives you that gap car.
Yep.
That buffer car. Old Cold War tactics. Have a little buffer zone. The Dodge Charger pace car lights are off. Grant in the Pontiac going to lead us back to green. Somewhere Tommy Bordeaux is smiling. Then it's the Cadillac of Herman Reese. Ford, Dodge, your top 4 for this restart. Pace car going to make the hard left turn down the pit lane. 11 car, Steve Grant with control here for the restart. Back down and away we go. Green flag once again here from Vegas, and a good jump by driver number 11.
Steve Grant gets a great launch here. Really going to gap Herman Reese coming into turn 1. We'll see how long that holds out, though. Herman Reese got
caution is
about
out.
15 laps. Oh, another caution. 24. A lot of guys locked in here. 21 machine blown up on the front straightaway. Oh man,
where did this start? Well, we'll show you. See the replay of what happened here. Just a log jam behind the 28, it looks like.
Yeah, looks like a little backup here right behind him. And everyone kind of just keeps collecting together. 21 got to the worst end of it. Launches him into the outside wall there. And just takes a huge shot. Actually flips over there. 46 of Bob Gibson. That car's destroyed as well.
You get this classic NR. Let's throw the cars all together. Well, not the start that Randy Waugh was looking for.
No, it is not. And unfortunately, that might be the end of his night when he comes down pit road here. That thing is quite torn up. I don't know if they're going to be able to repair that.
That's a little bit too much smoke, right?
Usually it is. Who knows? They might be able to fix it. If I was him and they could fix it, I would just wait around here, wait for some of these cautions to come out, and maybe see if you can pick up some position. Because these guys definitely are points racing here, Joe. It's
right.
There's a lot of races in this HOBO Cup season, and you really want to capitalize wherever you can. Every point matters. Ultimately, it matters. You know, the mathematics don't lie when you're just adding up numbers, and we'll see if the 21 could stay in it. At the moment, it looks like they're repairing that car.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see if they can get it fully repaired.
They're not going to get fully repaired. That's definitely way beyond the point
Driving
of no
condition
return.
Repaired.
But they might be able to do something with it. If it's running, then I think he's got something that he can at least get some positions with if he just hangs with the race here. But it's definitely going to be a long race for Randy Waugh in the 21.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. Ricky, what's your favorite game to play in Vegas? What's your favorite?
I don't have one. I have never gambled in my life.
That's unfortunate.
I figured that if I have no good fortunes in my real life, then I would imagine that that would also translate to the game of chance. So I just don't mess with it. So to answer your question, I would be, I don't know, in the ball pit.
Mm-hmm. I cashed in on Alex Bowman winning this past weekend. That's pretty cool.
I was in a, I think I mentioned that. I don't know if I mentioned this. I don't think I've been on a broadcast since we had this. Just a local pool we had at an establishment near me, so at a bar near me. There was a pool basically. It was like a $20 entry on the Daytona 500. Just random drawing positions for 2 cars per person, for everyone that was playing, and I drew Joey Logano and Bubba Wallace. And it was a $400 pot. So I was about a fender away from winning $400 at the end of the Daytona 500. Didn't come up for me, but that was I assumed such. I assumed I was not going to be fortunate with that. That went way further than I was expecting it to. So that was fun. It was fun. That was a fun time. That's
something that might not be too fun for driver number 11. Grant comes down the pit lane. Steve Grant and the number 11, Randy Smith, as well in the 10. So 2 Team Speedland teammates down the pit lane as the lights are out. It's going to be Herman Reese, Caleb Linkle, Jeff Stikenis, Larry D, and Dan Rubino. Your top 5 here for the restart. All right, Ricky, here we go. Pace car is off. Herman Reese with control in that Cadillac. See if he can hold off pole sitter Caleb Lingle behind him on the restart. Green flag, we're back underway, and a good restart from the 113.
Steve Lingle can hang with him there. He's right on the back bumper of Herman Reese, but we'll see if he can hang on as they come through the turn here, or if the 113 is going to have the 73 is going to have the handling.
Saw Herman up the track a little bit. Going to get some momentum going here down the back straightaway. Further on back, looks like Donahue to the inside of Kodian. Let's go with...
Caleb Lingle gets loose here.
What a
Joey
save.
hangs on to it, but that's going to let the 31 get a huge head of steam on that outside. Lingle tried to go down low in the 73. The car just over-rotated. Had to chase it all the way around. Great save by Caleb Lingle. And he hangs on to the second position. But that's going to let Harry Kodian get to the inside of Larry D here for the 4th spot. And they're going to be side by side coming down the back straightaway.
Figure there's a lot going on because we a massive checkup throughout the field. Stemming from Lingle, getting loose there on the bottom. The guys behind him getting off the gas, braking, giving him a little bit of space to catch the car. And then we just had an accordion effect all the way down the front straightaway, then all the way down the back.
And Joe, Matt Stern actually spun out in turn 1, but it was down on the apron of the track, so the caution did not fly. Stern is back under power and moving, didn't hit anything, just spun out. But now we're going back up to this lead here. Everyone started to single file out. Now could Caleb Lingle start trying to form up a run here on Herman Reese? You'd think that would scare him a little bit to not try to push the car so hard, but it looks like he's going to try to make that charge right back on the 73. He knows he has a fast car to hang with Herman Reese here. He's been leading this race so far. Now stuck in second. I don't think he likes being in second, Joe. I think he wants that lead back.
You find me one driver that likes to be in second, and I'll find you... Well, I'll tell you that he's a liar.
Someone that finishes third all the time. Caleb Wingle looks to the outside, going to have a big run here, come down the front straightaway. Stay behind the 73s, looking to the inside again. I think he's just trying to size him up. I think he's trying to figure out where he can kind of generate that momentum. Really rips it on the high side here. Gets as close to the wall as we've seen anyone do so far. There's a power down the back straightaway here. We'll see what kind of run he can get, if he can do anything with our leader here. 7 car, Tom Musa stopped up against the wall in turn 3. No caution. Caution is out. And Musa is off track. That was a good, glad the caution came out on that, because Tom Musa was just sitting up right in the racing line. Looks like the 7 just had a connection issue or something, Joe. Looks like when going down to turn 3, the car just started losing power and went hard right into the wall and just sat there.
Game minimize, game crash. Not game crash, but our pedals coming unplugged. Did you hear it? Peculiar. Well, here come the leaders down the pit lane, Ricky.
Yeah, everyone's going to come down this time.
Lingle with a little bit of issues getting into the box. I'm surprised to see the 11 car on the pit lane hitting that last time. Herman Reese going to win the race off pit road. Caleb Lingle, Jeff Stikenis, Larry D, and Maverick, your top 5.
Yeah, looks like the same 4 or so cars coming off pit road this time, Joe, or staying out this time that did, not the last stop, the stop before that when everyone came down. Except now the 98 of BP's leading. We'll see if they decide to stay out here, just in general. I mean, that was a pretty short run. There's no real, it's not even as much of a tire difference as it was last time. The 98 going to come down this time. But it looks like just the 98 is going to come down. 10 of Randy Smith's coming with them. So Ricky Bumbalo and Rod Weston will stay out. Weston will assume the lead, and we'll see if these guys decide to just stay out. Caleb Lingle, big time gain on pit road here. Joe, Herman Reese all the way at the back. Larry D all the way at the back. I think they got speeding penalties.
Well, that's not good, Ricky.
That's going to really shake up this race, because now Caleb Lingle is going to get back into that front position. But now Jeff Stikenis in the 31. Maverick is right back in it. We were just talking about him earlier, getting that lap back. Now he's going to be rolling off. Currently 5th in line if this stays for the restart.
Let's put some different players at the front of the field, huh?
Oh,
Not
yeah,
really.
for sure.
It gets him closer to the front. Well, this gives Caleb Lingle the lead back, right? Qualified on pole. Jeff Stikenis now going to be running there in second. Maverick, Harry Kodian, and Dan Rubino Bino back in 5th. Don't you want to be on a tropical island like the side of that 31 car?
I want to be in. Yeah, I want to be in that island that's on that 31 car. I love those colors.
Good looking Prestige Worldwide Dodge. It's always going to be good looking. Good looking wrap on the car tonight from Vegas. Dodge Charger pace car lights should go out here at the line. We get ready to go back green with Caleb Lingle out in front. Stikenis, Maverick, Kodian, and Rubino, your top 5. Ricky, are you ready for this restart? I think, I'm curious to see, because we got that run going this last time, right? And then we kind of had something outside of the control. Kind of bring out that yellow. How's that play to the psyche of the drivers?
I guess these guys up front, they don't really see anything. I guess these guys up front, I don't think it's really going to play much of their psyche, except for the two guys that stayed out on tires. They're going to be kind of very amped up here as they try to make sure that they can stay in this race.
No one stayed out on tires, Ricky.
Oh, the 113. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I thought they stayed out.
Lingle, everyone on new tires. Restart here, coming to lap 30 of 107. There we go. Back underway.
13, Caleb Lingle leads him down through turn 1. 31 adjusts to Cass, looking right to the inside of Lingle, though. Can't get there just yet, but here comes Maverick going to the inside. The 31 gets a nose in there. Is he going to try to throw it in turn 3? No, he falls back in line. They stay single file to turn 3.
I say it looks like Lingle just car maybe a little uneasy the first couple laps, but then gets into a really good groove. We saw that with those first 5 laps that we got to start the race, that once we got into that 2-3 lap window, he started to kind of pull away a little bit, see if that trend continues. Jeff Stekenis in second, Maverick third, top 7 have broken away from the rest of the field.
Caleb Lingle running that middle lane for all it's worth here. Jeff Stekenis trying to track him down. You see there, 44, Dan Rubino was just sizing up the 13 of Harry Kodian there for a second, but Kodian gets a great run off of turn 4. To be right in the back bumper of Maverick coming through turn 1 here. This whole front group looks like through the top 7s actually started to pull away from these guys. There's a race between Rayleigh in the 112 and Greg Lovell in the 088 for that 10th spot, or for that 9th spot, excuse me. Actually, really, it was the 8th spot. And it kind of slowed down this whole second pack and kind of separated them away. So now Greg Lovell gets that sorted out. It's made the pass. He's leading these guys now. See if he can start pulling back in. Now in the 8th position. But getting a little racy up here. 22, Jason San Diego gets very close to the wall. Ken Hansen's looking to the inside. He's trying to race him for it. Can't get there just yet. Yo, there's a lot of stuff going on around this track.
There is a lot of stuff going on right now around this track. It's always a lot of stuff going on downtown on the Strip here in Vegas, and now we're at the racetrack and there's a lot of stuff going on. There's just a lot of stuff going on in Vegas. Around back, you see a gaggle. BP on the bottom. Herman Reese trying to make his way back up through the field. Larry D in that 188 trying to do the same thing as well. We know they have fast race cars. Steve Rubino also kind of mired back there. So is Keith McLean. A lot of stuff going on right now. There you see Rubino in the 07 behind these two, battling side by side. Looks like Larry D's been into the wall. Opar further on, up, kind of battling right now with Herman Reese. Reese trying to get a good enough run to make a pass on that 43. Not able to do so just yet. Getting a lot of momentum going right now on the outside line. Going to try to cross over here for position. Not enough of a run. We go back further up in front. Ryan Johnson, Wiley King battling for position. Johnson on the bottom, King on the outside. Wiley King going to get the spot. Then up front, it's your top 3 of Caleb Lingle, Jeff Stekenis, and Harry Kodian. Maverick has fallen back to 4th, and Jason San Diego has taken over the 5th position from Dan Rubino.
Guys running mostly single file around this place. A few little clusters here and there. People kind of getting side by side. I see the 59. Ryan Johnson gets to the inside of Wiley King back at the 11th spot. Filters back out there. Goes back to single file. Well, further up though, Dan Rubino and Ken Hansen is for 7th spot, 7th and 6th. So this is for the 6th position. Not in the D4 car. Hansen's got a run on the inside. Rubino gets close to him. They almost make contact coming down the back straightaway. Going to turn 3. The 94's going to throw it in deep, but Rubino's also going to throw it in deep up high. And they're just in a dead heat here. They can't get away from each other.
44 does not want to give up this position to the 94. Still drag race down the front straightaway. Going to have to give it to Hansen in the number 94. He takes over the 7th position. Or 6th position, excuse me. Jason San Diego has moved up to 4th, gotten around Maverick. A lot of smoke here on the back straightaway. It's the 188.
Oh, Larry D.
It's around. Do we stay green? We do. Herman Reese coming down the pit lane. Something happened, Ricky.
Yeah, I think Herman Reese was involved in that. Go back to take a look at this. Yeah, Joe, Herman Reese went around too. Looks like they were racing for 16th position. Reese was following D through the turn, tried to go low on him, and just kind of got him a little bit. They made contact and went spinning down the inside wall, but no caution. It was all off the racing surface. That's a very big development for Herman Reese, who was earlier leading this race.
Well, Larry
and there's
D.
the actual caution. The 28 of Keith McLean just backed into the wall.
Let's get you a replay of that caution.
That's going to help out Herman Reese a little bit.
Still going to be a lap down.
Actually, the 28 just overdrove it a little bit.
Yeah.
Just in the middle of the turn, the car started to step away from him. He tried to hang on to it, but it gets so snappy here, and it just whipped back around on him, nose into the wall.
Well, Ricky, I think everyone's going to be coming down the pit lane. See some more pit stops here under yellow.
These 3 Herman Reese gonna stay out here, try to actually get that wave around, it looks like.
Well, can't pit the first time with the leaders either. Race off the pit lane. Going to still be Lingle out in front of Stekenis, Cody, and San Diego, and Ken Hansen up inside the top 5. Big loser on the pit lane, Dan Rubino. Fell back from, I believe he was running, what, 7th, outside the top 10 now.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough for him there. To gain those positions back. But right now, everyone coming off pit road, coming around here. Herman Reese does come down too, right, Joe? They were just staying out to come down at the appropriate time. But Ricky Bumbalo still scored as the leader, so I think Bumbalo might actually be staying out here, unless he dives down before when they're hitting the 1 to go.
Might just be looking to get that lap led.
That might be the case.
Welcome in, Magoo. Hope you're feeling okay, feeling better. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Gonna have Bomb Squad Racing this Thursday night out in Phoenix. Gonna be a fun show there, Ricky. Phoenix always a difficult track too. It's unique.
Yeah, Phoenix is always a very unique track, especially because you never really know which version of it you're going to get, whether it's going to be ISM, Phoenix, New Phoenix, Old Phoenix, dogleg, no dogleg, how steep the
bridge,
dogleg
no
is.
bridge.
It's there's a lot of play there.
for sure. And you can catch it live on JTN this Thursday night, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time, along with the USORL Cup Series Saturday night at 10:40, and the Bomb Squad Cup Series then the following Thursday, March the 17th at 9:05 p.m. Eastern. All of those races live only on JTN. So Larry D going to stay out in the 188. Nope, he's going to get the wave around. So Caleb Lingle will be your leader. Jeff Stakennus, Harry Codian, Jason San Diego, and Ken Hansen, your top 5 for the restart. Going to be coming at you lap 46 of 107 when we get back going green. Once again, folks, can't thank you enough for tuning in to JTN's coverage of the HOBO Racing Cup Series here tonight from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Make sure if you haven't already, you drop a like on the video and subscribe to us here on JTN. It does so much to help support us. We're just about 60 subscribers away from 1,000. Really want to get there by the beginning of June. Would be fantastic if we did. Can't thank you enough, as always, for tuning in, though, here on a Tuesday night, watching some great HOBO racing action from Sin City. Plus, for every like you drop on the video, Bristol gets an extra head pat. So, just think about that. Ricky, you'd like the video 1,000 times, right?
Yeah, if I could. I don't have 1,000 accounts, though, Joe.
That would be cheating. Getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Caleb Lingle with control. Back down and away we go. Green flag. We're back underway here in Vegas.
Caleb Lingle is going to lead him down into turn 1 single file. Everyone's staying on their man. We'll see how they filter out here coming down the back straight away. Whole field actually pretty spread out on this run, so I think these guys are starting to get wise to how this track handles on cold tires and kind of going easy here for that first lap and then really starting to let it loose. There's a little bit of a logjam here further back by the 98 of BP in 17th position. Everyone kind of stacked up behind them. They're getting a little dicey there, but it looks like they've gotten that sorted out. Further up front, 31, Jeff Stakennus is trying to block. 13, Harry Codian. Jason San Diego were just racing for position. They're going through the front straightaway. Now they come down the back straightaway. 13 starting to get a gap at the 22. Come up to the back of the 31. Harry Codian going to try to look very high up the track on the 31. Then come down a little bit to see if he can get a little bit of a run there using the draft. Further back, Maverick in that 6th spot. Look to the inside of the 94. Ken Hansen, 088 of Greg Lovell. We haven't really talked about Lovell a whole ton, but he's been slowly moving his way forward the entire race, clicking off cars, and sitting here in that 7th spot. Greg Lovell looking pretty good here as we're getting close to the halfway point in this race.
Some drivers just start working their way towards the front of the field. You see Stakennus having some issues there off before getting a little loose. Some drivers, as the races trek on, as they get closer to halfway, they start making their way to the front of the field. Lovell always one of those. Doing a good job in that Midnight Moonshine Chevrolet, now inside the top 10 tonight here in Vegas.
Around here, no one really getting away from the leader right now. 31 to 13 just staying right with them, kind of going back and forth a little bit, but no one really getting an edge on one another at the moment.
A little more of a static condition right now, right?
Staying pretty well mannered, Joe.
Oh, that's nice. Wiley King to the inside of Steve Rubino down the back straightaway.
Every time I say that, they start racing.
That's not a bad thing.
What nice gentlemen. What polite gentlemen. And the race.
And, yeah.
Oh, 28. Keith McLean around to the front straight away, and he's going to not hang on to it. No caution yet, though.
It's out.
Now it's out. Oh, he almost got clobbered there by Larry D. If McLean parks it, and it looks like the 28 is going to be done for the night here.
This one just a self-spinneroonie.
Yeah, looks like the car just gets loose for him again. He's been having some issues with that. Looks like he got loose again coming off 4 and just went for a long slide there.
I have no idea how no one hit him, because he was everywhere.
Yeah, great job by everyone back there for avoiding that unscathed, basically. But Keith McLean tagged out after that one. So 28 can be done for the night. Probably going to be coming down for pit stops, I would imagine. Herman Reese got to get the lucky dog here. So Herman Reese back in that lead lap, slowly digging his way back out of that hole.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta chip away at it, right?
Chip away bit by bit.
Field down on the pit lane, 4-tire stops up and down pit road. A bunch of drivers, though, deciding to stay out here. Race off the pit lane, going to be Lingle, healthy margin. Stickenis, Kodian, San Diego, and Hansen, your top 5 off the pit lane. Mopar staying out to lead a lap. Herman Reese going to come down this time by. Interesting to see if Larry D decides to stay out and try to take a wave around here, Ricky. Didn't obviously pit the last time, so that'd be two cautions in a row that the 188 didn't pit. Here comes the rest of the field. Steve Grant staying out. Ricky, do you got any good stories at Las Vegas, racing at Las Vegas?
Not really.
Okay. You're not as fun as Tommy.
I get that a lot.
Who else would say that to you?
You.
Oh, Ricky.
Yes.
Ricky. You're just a silly guy. Ready to go back. Green flag racing. Next time by, pace car lights should go out here. There they go. The Steve Grant going to stay out, so again, we're going to see the implications. John, it was a tough night for Keith. Almost had another Eric Jones, Bubba Wallace moment there down the front straightaway. But Steve Grant going to lead us back to Green, Caleb Lingle, Jeff Sickenas, Harry Kodian, and Jason San Diego, your top 5. Team Speedland showing a lot of speed here early in the year, Ricky.
Yeah, definitely. And, that's always good to have that momentum early in the year. It really does help you translate into a good season. If right off the bat you got that enthusiasm, you got that momentum, really makes you feel good early on. It helps you move along and just kind of keep stringing up good finishes. It's a good morale booster, basically.
Always like that morale to be boosted. Dodge Charger pace car going to come down the pit lane. Grant with control here for the restart with Lingle, Stickenis, Kodian, and San Diego, your top 5. Free flag, we're back underway here from Vegas.
Pulling here again at Vegas, Steve Grant now on point, going to be leading them around here. Caleb Lingle going to be in the second spot, trying to trail him down. Everyone's staying pretty well mannered as they come off a turn 2, and I said it again, and the 112 hits the outside wall. But he's good, stays rolling, still single file all the way around here. But right up front, Caleb Lingle already starting to size up this 11 as Steve Grant. Now, Lingle needs to be careful here, though, because he's got a fast car, but he's got to make sure that he doesn't overstep his boundaries trying to race this 11 and get himself into a pickle. He's just got to wait for this 11 to really start slowing up, and he'll be able to power his way on by. Steve Grant looks like he's going to move to the low line.
I think he got loose there off the corner.
Or if he was trying to let him on by, but 113 going to power on by on that low line, that high line. Grant stuck down there, almost got to the 31. 31's powering on by. Harry Kodian almost grazes the wall there. It's a little dicey here on these cold tires trying to race. But Caleb Lingle back to the point here at Las Vegas. You see Steve Grant in that 11, though, just dropping like a rock at the moment. Slipped back already behind Jason San Diego, which was car in 5th. So back to the 6th spot at the moment, I think.
Yeah, he lost the clean air, right? And now he's kind of slipped back into the clutches of the rest of the field. Running 5th right now is Grant in the 11.
Lingle has the lead right now. Dustin Kenn's trying to pull him back in with Harry Kodian right in tow. Putting up good lap times already, but Steve Grant trying to hang on to this 5th place spot. You see the 94, Ken Hansen, looking to the inside, and then Greg Lovell behind him. Can't really do anything. Greg has to kind of wait for this 94 to either make his move or just try to leapfrog the 94. Hansen, if he gets alongside the 11, he's going to get stuck in that unpreferred line on the low line, and that's just going to hold him up more. There's going to be a tough little balancing act here to figure out how to get on past this 11. But I think these guys are definitely going to be faster on that rubber.
11 car needs to use momentum.
Grant right there. Greg Lovell's trying to give him a push. They almost make contact on the back straightaway. Greg Lovell throws in deep and leapfrogs the 11, go through turn 3. Put both those guys up one more spot, and Maverick's going to go for the inside on the 11 as well.
Now the rest of the field starting to freight train this 11 on the bottom. They tried to do it on the top, couldn't get it done. Now they're going to do it on the bottom, Ricky. It's caution's out.
Looks like
it's like Duke Sorensen in the 59.
Duke Sorensen and BP. A lot of damage to that back of that 59 machine.
Gary replay Steve Rubino right behind the 59. Here coming off of turn number 4.
Looks like the 59 just gets tight, hits the outside wall. The 07 right to his inside. Make contact.
Steve and BP are probably okay. But Duke Sorensen with a lot of damage on the rear end of that Chevrolet.
That's a tough thing about racing in a place like Vegas where you're really dealing with momentum and a lot of grip is that just when the car gets tight, you're really chasing it up the track, and when you hit the wall, sometimes it just rebounds you off at high speeds, and in that case, it happened to the 59 there, and just Steve nowhere to go.
On board with driver 07. If you ever want to know what your laundry feels like in the spin cycle, there you go. Everyone back down on the pit lane. Lingle going to win the race off the pit lane, then Stickenis, Kodian, Greg Lovell, and Jason San Diego now your top 5. So good pit stop from the 088 that time.
Yeah, great job by that crew to really capitalize and get some spots.
It's always good when the crew can get you a spot or two here and there throughout a race.
Always is. You'd rather have them gaining you spots than losing you spots, that's for sure.
That is definitely for sure. That is definitely for sure. Ricky, we always talk about rolling the dice here in Vegas, and if you so happen to roll the dice, have some luck, win a bunch of money, what kind of car would you get? And tell us what kind of car you'd get if you had unlimited funds in chat.
That would be a long answer.
Nah, go ahead, give it.
I mean in the sense of like I could rattle off reasons for like anything under the sun.
Okay, well I'm asking you pick one.
I don't know, an old G-body Cutlass.
Okay,
That'd be a good one, like that.
I'm not surprised you went with something a little bit older. Not like a shot me saying that, but like you like your old cars. What you ended up getting a Cadillac a couple months ago, right?
No, it's Oldsmobile 98.
Oldsmobile. Pristine, no rust.
No rust. Need some body work, but no rust.
Ron Simpson gonna come down the pit lane. Gonna need some crew work on that 25. Replace those 4 tires. Safety car lights are out. Larry gonna get a lap back. Caleb Lingle gonna lead us back to green. So Lingle with controls to Kennis in second. Harry Kodian, Greg Lovell, and Jason San Diego, your top 5 here for the restart. Going to be coming at you lap 65 of 107. So over halfway through this one, folks. Can't thank you enough for tuning into JTN's coverage of the HOBO Racing Cup Series here from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Make sure if you haven't already, drop a like on the video and subscribe to us here on JTN. It does so much to help support us. We can't thank you enough. Pace car comes down the pit lane. Lingle with control. As we get ready to go back, green flag racing from Vegas. Into the restart zone we go, and we're back underway here from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Back underway here at Las Vegas. Lingo going to lead them back down into turn 1.
Kennis able to stick a little bit closer on the back bumper of Lingle this time on the restart. See how long it lasts for driver 31. And look again, we talked about him probably 20-30 laps ago. Greg Lovell now up inside the top 5 in that 88. Harry Kodian there in third, our winner from Sunday night's truck event here. So some familiar faces rising to the top of the scoring pylon as we work into the late stages of this race. Lingle's starting to pull a little bit of a gap here, Ricky. What are you seeing?
Well, at the moment, it seems like Lingle is hanging tough, but that 31 is right with him, not really letting him get away. Not really letting him step out too much, get too far ahead of himself. But there, right, caution comes out, and we'll see what the cause of that one is. I'm not sure why the caution just came out.
I am not either. Let's see if we can't find it here. Like the 24 of Dupuis. Go for a little bit of a spin cycle down here in one. Gonna go up, hit the wall, get loose, going up towards the wall, spinning in front of some guys. Unfortunate for driver 24. He has parked that car behind the wall. Folks, would like to remind you that you can now use code JTN at checkout at CircleBeatDiecast.com for free shipping on your order of $20 or more. Circle Beat Diecast is your home for all your diecast related and memorabilia needs, honestly, with anything racing. You can go to CircleBeatDiecast.com. You'll use our code JTN at checkout and you'll receive free shipping on that order of $20 or more. Pretty much any t-shirt, any hat, we're going to get shipped free to you. You just got to use our code JTN at checkout. It's a great deal. Circle Beat is the only place I buy my diecast from online. So why don't you give them a shot today? Again, that's CircleBeatDiecast.com, code JTN at checkout for free shipping on your order of $20 or more. Ricky, I know you're not a big diecast guy. I know you got a few, right?
I got a few.
What's your favorite one that you have?
That's actually a good one, Joe. I don't know, because I've had a few that have broken in some way, shape, or form. In terms of ones that are in one piece, I'm partial to my Jimmy Johnson 2002 124.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think it is a... Oh, excuse me. I think it is an attractive card.
It is definitely a good pick. You know what one of my favorites that I have is?
What's that?
I found a, I mean, I like all my cars, right? I love them all equally, but I have the Dale Jr. University of Michigan 88 car that he was supposed to run at Michigan. I think it was 2016 that Alex Bowman ended up running.
Oh, yeah.
I have that car.
I like that car.
I have been debating on taking it to the track to try to get Bowman to sign it, but but I already had Junior sign the front windshield, so it'd be kind of weird, right? I don't think so. Just get Bowman to sign the rear windshield on that one. Because that car is a good-looking car, let me tell you. I also, of course, I have, other ones do I have? I got the Bubba Wallace U.S. Air Force rookie car autographed. A lot of cool cars.
Those are a lot of cool cars, Joe. I would say so.
Got all the Eric Jones Cup race wins.
I would say there's nothing weird about having him sign that. If you had him sign the back window just as a joke.
Yeah, Danny, I think I'll try. We'll have to wait and see if they're doing if he ends up doing an appearance at Michigan this summer. Also, it's really cool to get you know how there's like the 164s at the store with the NASCAR Authentics? We do reviews on those over on JTN2, so you can go check out JTN2. We can do some diecast reviews, because of course it's new in 2022. This is what the ad read was supposed to be, folks, but I got off track. So go check out JTN2, but the 164s are really cool. Danny, I want you to tell what is your favorite thing that you got from the 90s? You had to pick one. Don't be lame like Ricky and say, oh, that's so hard. Pick one. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. And yeah, we're not. I don't think we have any diecast, do we, Ricky? Bristol didn't make diecast yet.
I don't believe we do.
We'll talk to Teespring, right? Or Spring. Get ready to go back. Green, Caleb Lingle, Jeff Stukenis, Harry Cody, and Greg Lovell and Jason San Diego. Your top 5 here for the restart. We get ready to go back. We're back underway here in Vegas. 72 of 107.
Down turn 1, Caleb Lingo gets a huge head of steam here coming around.
Yeah, we got a caution, Ricky. It's the 112
Another
blown
caution.
up. Let's see what happens here. Oh my goodness.
Oh, big pile up. Looks like another log jam here. Someone doesn't get going. And 112 just gets into the back of Rod Weston as a result of the pile up. Takes a hard shot from the 98 and just launches him. That's an NR throw if I've ever seen one.
I love that we've had 2 of these incidents now where the cars just kind of get fused together. This all starts, it looks like, with the 85 Ricky Bomb below. Doesn't get going. And we get log jammed. So maybe these guys obviously have a lot of experience. I know at times I struggled with the restarts, and maybe to some of those younger drivers out there. One thing that was always helpful, at least in my driving days on restarts, was you don't go on the green flag necessarily. You go on the car in front of you, right?
Yeah.
I remember we were actually I think we were talking about this race before. We went to Atlanta. And there was a restart. I think 5 of us self-spun on the restart. I know our buddy Ryan Pace posted a picture of it, and I saw my good little 41 Haas Chevrolet just sitting there in the middle of the grass sideways. Now, I don't remember that. You always, as a race car driver, or sim driver, or any competitive thing, you always remember the bad things a little bit better than the good things, right?
Yeah.
Danny's, to follow up on that question, Danny says his favorite is his silver Dale Earnhardt bank car. Those bank cars, they're a blessing and a curse, because sometimes you'll get a car and you'll be really excited, and then you're like, oh, it's a bank. But then sometimes you're like, I need a bank. And then you get the bank car. Have you ever done that? I did it.
What was it?
Do you remember they used to make the bank cars where you'd have like the coin slot in the rear window?
Okay, yeah. I was like, bank cars? What do you
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. I'm trying to think if I ever had one. I don't think I did. I never had a piggy bank car. I barely had a piggy bank.
I know I was getting it for somebody that was going to give it to their boss, because their boss owned a bunch of Taco Bells, and it was the Dale Jr. 81 Taco Bell car, and I was like, okay, cool, I found it, and I got it and stuff, and then it ended up being a bank car. I still gave it to him, but it was like, KJ Julian Wilson writes in his 98 Dale Earnhardt winner car with a piece of tire, number 1 of that limited edition. That is amazing. And then our good buddy Sean Whitehill says most of his die-casts are scratched up and have Sharpie marks on them, and can definitely relate to some of that. I have a old Patrick Carpanier, I believe it's 2009, maybe 2008, his Valvoline car. And, back then you didn't really realize how rare the stuff actually was, so it's got, like, Sharpie marks on it where it got paint chips and stuff. So that's always cool. I was like, oh, it's Patrick Carpanier. I don't need this car to be in pristine shape. Sean, you've always been into designing those race cars. You can definitely say that. Pace car lights are out. Caleb Lingle going to go have control here for the restart once again. Jeff Stekenis, that Prestige Worldwide Dodge in second. Harry Kodian, Greg Lovell, and Jason San Diego, your top five. Going to be restarting lap 77 to 107. Going to be 31 laps to go when we go back green flag racing here from Las Vegas. Ricky, you ready to go back green?
I am, Joe. We are getting close to the end of this. It's got to be close to 76 and 107, so about 30 laps to go here. Or 31 to go when we go green.
Oh, baby, here we go. Ricky, are you ready for a good time?
I am, Joe. It's going to be a fun time as we get ready to get going here.
Lingle with control. Pace car is down the pit lane. Hopefully he stays there for the rest of the race. Back underway here in Vegas.
Caleb Lingle leads up through turns 1 and 2 here. Kind of up high, 31, and Jeff Stekenis going to be right there with him, really starting to rear down on him. Don't know if he's going to be able to make a pass here, but making sure Lingle knows that he's there.
Lingle up the track, really sending it down into the corners, but that car catches really good, Ricky, in that second lane off the wall.
One filtered through here, still rolling around this joint. Going pretty fast. 191, 194, 195, 197 down the back straightaway here, down to 180 in the turns. Jeff Stekenis looking at that middle for Caleb Lingle. Doesn't really seem like it's working at the moment. 13 to Harry Kodian, actually starting to duck down low like he's looking around.
Lovell looking to the inside of Kodian for position. Not able to get anything going this time. That 13 going to have the momentum down the back straightaway. Look at the different lines they're taking through the corners here.
A lot of different lines, a lot of people looking around all over the place, making sure that they are getting the most out of this track that they can at the moment. I think everyone's trying to kind of manipulate that draft, and also in terms of how they're running around this place to sort of maximize the momentum they can get on everything. It's tough because it's a game of tenths, hundredths, and even thousands of a second in terms of lap times. Jeff Stekenis, though, looking to the inside of Caleb Lingle, almost gets a nose into the inside, coming off turn 4 here. He's going to have a good run, but Lingle's got a better run. He's going to be able to stay ahead here, keep rolling around this place.
Lingle maintains the lead in the 113. Stekenis now falling about 2, 3 maybe car lengths back into the clutches of Harry Kodian. Now Harry going to have a challenge there to the inside. It's so weird the way these cars, they go through the corners and they just always fool you. We've been doing this for how long and I still get fooled? Look throughout the field. Rebumblo going on by Randy Smith for position. Make that pass work. Other than that, single file throughout.
Single file throughout. Everyone trying to kind of keep everything underneath themselves.
Steve Grant and Maverick battling for position now. Sorry, I cut you off, Ricky.
Oh, no, you're good.
Cut you off like some of these guys are going to start cutting each other off at the end of this race. 3 have now kind of broken away into their own little pack. Then it's the rest of your top 10 or so. The 11 cars blowing up down the back, Ricky.
Okay,
or
car
95.
blowing up on the back.
95.
95. We'll see if this brings out a caution. Track's been
he's
kinda
going
lenient
around.
about throwing a caution so far.
Oh,
tonight,
right in
so
front of Steve Rubino.
there it
Caution's
is.
out.
Caution is out here. Lap 85
Oh,
of
no.
107 here at Las Vegas, and everyone is. There's people around the 07. Steve Rubino just got in hard into the 95 Wiley King.
Yeah, that 85 was down on the flat. Car went out from underneath them. Get you a replay. So you saw the 95 blowing up live. I'm not going to show you that again, but then he's going to get down here on the flat. Car's going to get loose. Comes back up the track, and I don't think there was a lot that driver 07 Steve Rubino could have done. Larry D almost gets involved more. Ricky Bumblo, a little bit of a love tap to the front of the 07. Urban Reese, post-race, said that Steve Rubino was on a streak of about 85 races without finishing. Hopefully tonight, not 86. And it will be. Field is on the pit lane, Ricky. This gets us pretty close to being able to make it to the end.
Yeah, it's got to be 86 107. That's about 20 laps, Joe? 21? Or that's 22 right now, I guess.
Oh, no, never mind. We're good.
I would think that's going to be right on the line. Yeah.
We're good.
Randy Smith and Mopar in the 43 staying out. I would imagine the car going to be coming down.
Oh, man. This race keeps taking turn after turn. Usually they're only supposed to be lefts, Ricky, but tonight we've had a couple rights.
Yeah, and you don't really usually want rights, but it does add to the excitement. This has definitely been a race of attrition tonight. Of the 31 cars that started this event tonight. The 32 cars in the field, 31 started tonight. We are down to 20 cars.
Man.
Still racing. Everyone else is out of the race, retired, or accident, or motor, or full annihilation by defying the laws of physics. But a lot of cars, already 10 cars out of this race, and we're getting to the end of this. So it's definitely been a hard-fought race for a lot of these guys. But these guys up front have been doing pretty good about keeping their fenders clean all night, so that's nice to see.
Man, oh man, oh man. Well, Ricky, it's been a lot of a unique race tonight here from Vegas. Can't thank you folks at home for tuning in as always. I'm Joe. He's Ricky here for JTN's coverage. With going to be going back green with under 20 laps to go here from Sin City. Can't thank you enough for tuning in as always to JTN's coverage. Make sure if you haven't already, drop a like on the video and subscribe. Currently 17 folks tuning in. Can't thank you enough, as always, for tuning in live. Make sure you drop that like on the video. It does so much to help support us. Gets these videos, gets these streams pumped out, whether it be this one or some of our others. It kind of helps with that old algorithm. So we'd appreciate it so much if you would be ever so kind as to click the like button on the video. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button, because we got great NR 2003 racing every single week here, pretty much all the way through November. So there's always going to be something, some form of racing for you right here on JTN week by week. Be live Thursday night down in Phoenix with the Bomb Squad Cup Series. So you're going to tune in 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time Thursday night. You won't want to miss that one either. Caleb Lingle's hoping not to miss any gears here on the restart. Probably just jinxed him. Going to knock on this bench right in front of us here in the booth, Ricky. But Lingle with control. Stekenis in second. Harry Cody in third. It's been so hard to pass this 113. We'll have to wait and see if Jeff Stekenis can get it done. Ron Simpson, Ken Hansen round out your top 5. Lingle with control. Back down and away we go. Green flag here, with 19 laps to go from Vegas.
Caleb Lingle hangs on to this lead there. Justin Kenneth still trying to chase him down, but they all filter out onto the back straightaway here. Pretty much single file all the way through. 59-19 racing here back for, looks like about 15th position.
Hansen going to look to the inside of Simpson. Not going to get enough of a run here down the back straightaway, but definitely going to close that gap. Herman Reese back inside the top 10, I do believe, in that 73. See if he becomes a player late in this race. A couple other guys that have kind of had some quiet top 10 nights. Maverick in the 23 and Troy Donahue in the 81. Haven't said their names too many times. They're running up inside the top 10 late here as well. Rubino gets on by Herman Reese. That 73 might have spoke too soon. Might be having some issues there.
Yeah, they're really getting dicey back there. Side by side, Herman Reese with the 188 charges on by him. That's going to let Herman Reese leapfrog the 188. He's going to be back up to the 11th spot. Back through the field up front. You're still staying pretty much close together. The biggest battle I'm seeing on track right now, Ken Hansen starting to size up this 25 car. Ron Simpson looking up high, looking down low. I almost said up low. Looking down low.
Oh, Caleb Lingle getting loose off of 4. He saves it, but he's going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4 positions. Make it 5, 113 now out of the lead and makes contact with the 11. He's down on the apron.
He's coming back on the track and he saves it, but Joe, this is... My goodness, what a development here. That was the leader. Caleb Lingle was led almost this entire race.
Well, the grandstands just went silent, folks, because there is a lot of shock. Caleb Lingle now falling outside the top 10.
And that's what we talk about with hitting your marks and not overdriving the car. Just one little misstep anywhere there, and it's curtains for you. And Caleb Lingle's just been dropping here, trying to get a handle of the car. Probably burned those tires out pretty well with that almost spin. Back in the 13th spot and looking up towards the front of the field here. 11 car of Steve Grant getting to the inside of Ron Simpson in the 25. But as those guys race side by side, this is now between Jeff Stekenis and Harry Codian. And can they make it to the end of this race? Steve Grant gets past the 25, so he'll take that 4th spot too.
Ken Hansen now rides in 3rd. Jeff Stekenis with control of this race now as the leader. But Harry Codian was able to win 2 nights ago here with the Truck Series with HOBO Racing. So we'll see if driver 13 might have learned a thing or two about how to get around this track late in the race. Stekenis was the dominant truck. He's looking for redemption, and boy, oh boy, if I'm on top of the pit box, I'm getting ready to rent a table down there on the strip to play some blackjack or something, because my driver and my team might have just got lucky.
And Joe, Maverick just spun off a turn 2, coming back down to pit road right now. No caution from it. 23 having an up and down day. It looks like it's turned sour at the end here. Looking back up front though, Eric Codian gets very close to the wall there. Looks like he is trying some different stuff, trying to find a different line here. I think he's really trying to figure out what's going to let him get that power down the straightaway. But the way he's going to have to set up this pass, that he's really going to have to get that launch and be able to get alongside the 31 at the start of the straightaway so that you can at least catch them side by side, maybe slow down the 31 a little bit when Stekenis takes out the third line from him. But for the moment, just kind of looking around behind Jeff Stekenis.
And this time at the line, it'll be 10 fingers, 10 laps to go, presented by our friends at TWB. Hey, if you're in the market for some new outdoor lighting, head on over to GardenLightsDirect.com. From porches to patios to more for all of your outdoor lighting needs, GardenLightsDirect.com has you covered. Again, that's GardenLightsDirect.com, GardenLightsDirect.com, GardenLightsDirect.com here on your TWB 10 to go. Jeff Stekenis out in front. Harry Kodian in second. Have a battle brewing for third as well. We'll keep our eyes peeled on the battle for the lead. We'll switch to the battle for third as Steve Brandt starting to heat up the rear bumper of Ken Hansen.
Yeah, these guys been going at each other. Both these cars been making their way up through the field pretty quickly. So great to see both of them running near the front. But Steve Grant, it looks like he's got the power on the 94s, gotten to the inside of them. They're going to be side by side coming into turn one here. Steve Grant going to throw it in deep and kind of slide job past the 94, see if it sticks. He's going to run out the track. 94 not going to be able to get back to him. So Steve Grant up to that third spot. Now Grant's got some free track here. Can he track down the second place in the leader? Not a lot of time left to do it. Only 8 laps left coming off turn 4. Going to be 7 laps to go here.
Be interesting to see if the 11 can close the gap or if something happens in front of him. Jeff Stekenis has now pulled about a half second on Harry Kodian for the lead.
Stekenis goes way up high here in 1 and 2, trying to run that high line. See if that helps him a little more. Kodian kind of taking a little bit of a lower line here. I think these guys I think the 13 really trying to experiment right now with lines, really trying to see if we can find anywhere where he can get some gain on that 31, really getting close to that wall. He is making sure that he is taking as much real estate as he needs to get around this joint. Looks like the 13 is actually closing in just a little bit again.
Maybe he cooled off those tires for a lap or two to maybe get that little bit of extra grip for one last charge.
Possibly. But also, we haven't really seen any of these guys on a long run, Joe. We really don't know what they're going to be like one way or the other. Jeff Stekenis could take off here in 2 laps for no reason, or he could fall like a rock in 2 laps. You never really know. But right now, Harry Kodian is right at 28.85 compared to the 28.94 of Jeff Stekenis. So Harry Kodian took it down from 0.33 to 0.24 seconds differential that time by. Kodian definitely looking like he's starting to close down on this 31 of Stekenis. We'll see what happens when it gets to him, because catching him's one thing, passing him's a whole other thing. But I think Harry Kodian catching on to something here. Looks like he's really got something good. Another fast lap. The 31 of Stekenis actually braces the wall a little bit, trying to get that high entry into turn 1.
3.5 laps to go as we head down the back straightaway. Can Jeff Stekenis get some redemption after dominating Sunday night here in Vegas, or will Harry Kodian sweep the Vegas races here this week for HOBO Racing? This time at the line, 3 laps to go. Jeff Stekenis with the lead in the 31. The 13, we got a little bit of a, what is this called? What is it called? Where you flip it and it's the same? I don't know. Anyways.
Coin flip?
Sure.
And these guys are coming up on lap traffic here, Joe. The 98 and the 43 side by side, neither of them giving an inch here.
Oh boy.
That's going to make some issues for these leaders. Looks like they straighten it out, but now they're going to be coming up on them with a huge head of steam. These cars are damaged, and they are off pace. So
2 to go.
We'll see what happens when they get to them. 2 to go.
Stekenis with control. Like you said, Ricky, lapped traffic out in front.
Oh, one goes high, one goes low. That's not what Stekenis wants. That's not what Stekenis wants. He's going to be right in the path of the 31 here, coming down the back straightaway. Stekenis gets blocked in. That's going to let the 13 get a huge run into turn 3 here.
Got blocked in. You saw BP in the 96. He went low. Mopar saw that. Saw the 96 slowing down. Tried to take advantage of it. Coming to the line. White flag in the air. One final time here from Vegas. Can the 13 find a way around the 31?
13, Harry Kodian going to have to throw it in deep for as much as he can. 31's going to try to trail it up the track. Kodian going to try to hang on to that middle line. They stay even here. Kodian's going to get a draft coming down the back straightaway here. We'll see if he tries to dive it into the turn or if he tries to make his move in the tri-oval.
What can you do here at this point? Stekenis with control, has a car all over his back bumper. Spinner in turn 3, but coming off of turn number 4, it's going to be Jeff Stekenis with Redemption taking the checkered flag in Las Vegas. Things got a little spicy there at the end, huh?
Things got a little bit spicy there at the end, Joe.
It's like it's the 96 going around. Let's catch a replay of that real quick.
Joe, actually looks like the 98, the 43 got together coming into turn 3, coming to the line here. Those two guys racing for that last position. I imagine they might not be incredibly enthused with each other right now.
I'd probably agree with you. I know I wouldn't be enthused, especially if I was the 96 up into the wall. What a finish, though. Jeff Stekenis claims victory, gets some redemption for Sunday night, wins it here in Vegas. What a run.
What a run.
Burn it down. Jeff Stekenis, your winner here in Las Vegas. These are kind of lame burnouts. You might have to ask him about that, Ricky.
Nah, just a grip in the track. You know how it is. Vegas, a lot of grip here.
So we move on to our post-race coverage. We're going to talk with our top 3. That is Jeff Stekenis winning, Harry Kodian, and Steve Grant with a great rebound. We'll talk with those 3 as they make their way into the media center. Can't thank you folks enough for tuning in. If this is where you have to leave us, remember we got more great racing coming at you later on this week with the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series from Phoenix. That's going to be Thursday night. Coverage beginning at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time there. And we'll get those results on your screen. Let's talk with those top 3. Always a good time when you finish top 3 in Las Vegas, right? A little extra change in your pocket going jingle-lang-a-lang.
Yeah, a little extra money in Vegas never hurt anyone.
Well, why don't we start by bringing up our 3rd place finish?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, but let's bring up our 3rd place finisher, driver of the number 11 Pontiac. Unfortunately, Tommy's not here because Steve, he would be going crazy about you getting a Pontiac up on the podium. But Steve Grant, driver of that number 11 for Team Speedland. Steve, a fantastic race for you. 11 laps led on the night, able to drive back up through the field late.
Yeah, we kind of got off cycle at the beginning. I stayed out on one of the cycles, and that was a mistake because we fell back pretty quick and then seemed to spend the rest of the night just kind of working our way through the field. But I didn't have anything for him once I cleared the cars that were in front of me. I couldn't catch back up to him.
Talk about we saw tonight was a race kind of plagued by some of those early in the run cautions. What was it just folks having to run really loose setups? What do you think caused all that tonight?
Well, this track's really like a one groove track. It's really hard to pass here. I was hoping we'd have a little bit longer green runs because a lot of us were running the high line. I'm sure you noticed, and it seemed to save the tires a little bit better on the long run.
Well, I still think your long run speed, and I think it's a dang shame that we couldn't get those long runs because that 11, you were moving there at the end of the race, like we said, able to rally back up onto the podium. A great race here tonight for your entire team too. Jason San Diego back there in 5th. I know Wiley King was having a good run going until the motor let go. But a great run tonight for Team Speedland. But Steve, congratulations once again on the 3rd place finish. And before we let you go, the floor is yours. Sponsors, family, friends, whoever you got to thank, now's the time to do so.
Well, actually, I wanted to apologize to the 113. I was I tried to stay up as tight to the wall as I could, and we kind of just touched, and it threw me into the wall. I got a little bit of damage there, and I think that kind of affected my car a little bit. But also wanted to thank, all my teammates, Wiley, Randy, Bob got caught up in a wreck early. Jason, he's usually always good here at this track. And I want to thank Steve, for running such a great league. It's just a pleasure to race here. And I want to thank you guys too.
Hey, and we want to thank you for taking some time after the race to talk with us too, because we're a bunch of knuckleheads, and you probably got better things to do over there with that 5-car operation you guys got at Team Speedway. Congratulations, Steve, on the great run here tonight. Thank you so much for talking with us, and good luck next week with Phoenix.
Thanks a lot. We'll catch up with you later.
Oh, heck yeah. Steve Grant, driver of the number 11, your third place finisher here tonight. Let's go ahead and bring in now second place finisher, driver of the number 13, Harry Cody. And Harry, not the win that you got on Sunday night, but dang, that run at the end had to feel really cool.
Yeah, I really needed it. I don't think I've had a top 15 so far over here in Cup this year. So, and I wasn't that good. A funny thing, got to help, give it out to Keith. He helped me with the gears tonight. And then, believe it or not, the Caleb, during practice, he passed me on the high side. And I said, oh, maybe that's the groove. And I moved up and my car came to life. So lucky to have a second. Happy for it.
Well, it's not too often that I think we see this amount of joy in a second place run, especially when you're running down the guy in first late. Ricky was leading, reading off the lap times there. You seemed like you're about a 10th quicker throughout those final 5 laps. What did you need to go different there to get around Jeff in the 31?
We're not officially teammates, but Keith helps me out a lot, and he's part of the team. So Herman and both the Jeffs I've raced for a long time, and we kind of race together. I came on, I think, about 30 laps to go, and said, "Hey, I'm right here behind you." Again, I didn't really need a win. I needed a solid finish. I wasn't going to do anything stupid. As long as he didn't mess up, I was happy right there.
Well, it was a great race there at the end, a thrilling finish. You and that entire M4S installations team have to be really proud of the week that you've had here in Vegas. Congratulations on that. And before we let you go, you're a pro at this. The floor is yours. You know what to do.
Yeah, well, thank you much. Gonna give it up to Steve and Dan and all the admins there. Like I said, great league, a lot of fun. Again, I want to thank Keith, helped me there with the gears. And thank you guys. I get to watch another good race. Although we had our cautions, but there was some good racing in there. So thank to JoeTowNetwork, and of course my wife and my kid who painted up this new car. I know I heard you guys say you weren't sure about the new numbers slid up front.
No, I like them.
It's starting to warm up on me a little bit too. But yeah, that's it. So thank you much, guys.
And thank you, Harry. Congratulations once again. Harry Cody, driver of the number 13, your second place finisher here tonight from Las Vegas. Let's go ahead, and now he's been down in victory lane. He's taking the pictures with the showgirls. Driver of the number 31, Jeff Stakenis. Jeff, sweet redemption, winning here tonight.
Yeah, especially after Sunday.
Well, I was going to say, how much does Sunday kind of make you dread this race tonight after kind of having the bad luck there late after being really good, or does it kind of ramp you up and get you a little more excited?
A little more excited. I kind of was like, nah, I ain't gonna pull the shenanigans that I did on Sunday. Actually, you know what happened there was Herman was talking to me and he was making me laugh, and I was laughing my head off, and they all pitted behind me. So that's what happened there on Sunday.
That's some sleazy tactics there.
Yeah, had a great car tonight though.
Well, let's talk about it, because we have that run at the end, and all of a sudden you see the 113 veering off towards the inside wall, coming off a 2. At that moment, how did you think your chances for winning tonight? What was the starting percentage before that, and then what did the percentage become after Caleb had his problems?
I think I could have got Caleb, whether or not I was just kind of biding my time. He did have a great car on restarts. Not so much, not as good as mine. And that's probably where I would have got him. But 1 and 2, I think I was better in. 3 and 4, he seemed to be a little better than me. But I think I could have got him. But yeah, that definitely took a big load off once that happened. I didn't know where he was actually going, so I thought, better go high.
Well, you got to take a chance, right? It's 50-50. You never know.
Yeah.
But a great run there at the end, obviously the victory. How does that kind of set you up getting a win here in these first 3, getting a win first couple weeks of the season? It's got to give you some good positive momentum, right?
Yeah, feels pretty good. That was Herman's setup, so kudos to him. He put together a pretty good car. This is my first official win with my whole entire brand new Fanatec setup. So I went from the Logitech wheel to the Fanatec stuff, and so this is a step up.
I was going to say getting those big boy upgrades, huh?
Yeah. And it, but yeah, kind of makes me feel good.
Well, it sounds like it was a good investment, Jeff. Congratulations once again on the victory tonight. But the floor is yours. You know what to do.
Yeah. Thank all my sponsors and Prestige Worldwide. Did you like that? All my teammates and everybody watching and everybody out there, all my friends, family.
They're out of Utica, right?
Okay. Ludington area.
Ludington, okay.
Yep.
Well, we support those Michigan businesses, so that's what we do here.
10-4 to that.
Yeah. Jeff, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you.
Jeff Stakenis, driver of the number 31, your winner here tonight from Las Vegas. Ricky, it's your favorite time of the night. Sum it up.
Man, I just, man. I'm trying to think. I was trying to think that whole time about how to describe that, because it wasn't rolling the dice, but man, it was maybe a little bit of luck, maybe a little bit of talent, maybe it'd be a little bit of everything there, Joe.
I don't think he backed into a win.
Just chaos and calamity, and at the end of the day, Jeff Stakenis does a great job of hanging on to it to walk away with the win. Fantastic race, great time tonight, a lot of fun, really exciting finish there.
Really exciting finish, and you're going to see more of that here on JTN. Got a bunch of great broadcasts coming up for you. You want to make sure you're subscribed. Hit the like button on the video as well. It does so much to help support us, and we can't thank you enough, as always, for tuning in. With all that being said, though, our next live broadcast is, of course, this Thursday night, Bomb Squad Racing from Phoenix. Going to be a fun time there, no doubt. Phoenix, always a little diamond in the desert, right? Always a good race out there in Arizona. But with all that being said, can't thank you enough for tuning in. Again, hit the like button and subscribe. But for Bristol, our producer, for Ricky Collette, I've been Joe Twansky. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh, Maverick! Turn wide!
Who did that?
Turn 4 into the tri-oval. Whitehill is through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
All right, and they're wrecking behind them. We got cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, but it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Comes Musa. Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's gonna use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're gonna be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's gonna be a drag race to the line. Musa gets it.